So, ChatGPT is probably one of the most popular applications, chatbots, tools that are basically available right now. And you might be trying to figure out how you can go through basically some of the best tricks and tips that I would recommend kind of using when you're going through and using ChatGPT. Number one of the coolest things you can do within ChatGPT is actually setting up custom keyboard shortcuts. If you look in the top right corner right up here, you'll actually see a little, you'll see your little like customize, like your little custom page, whatever this called it. If you go ahead and actually go ahead and scroll down a little bit, you'll see this keyboard shortcuts option. If you actually go through and you actually basically just, click on custom keyboard shortcuts, you'll see that you can essentially go through and customize some of these keyboard shortcuts for your use case. So let's say you want to go ahead and, open a new chat. You can go ahead and just basically have these set up as you're opening up a new chat. If you want to copy the last response, copy the last code block, instead of having to go through and like right click and copy and all that stuff over and over again, you can basically just go through and just copy it this way, and it makes things a lot easier. So that's something that I actually recommend every single person to kind of think about. On top of that, if we click back on our top panel right here, if you click on Customize ChatGPT, this is another really cool thing. Now, within ChatGPT, when you give a response and you kind of do those things, you'll go ahead and basically be able to get, kind of these customized response, and ChatGPT will get to know you more and more as you use it. But if you actually go through, if you actually kind of want to, let ChatGPT know exactly who you are, you can kind of break down exactly who you are right inside of this panel. So you can tell your nickname, so you can type in your nickname, whatever it is. What do you do? So in this case, they just said family law attorney, Excel wizard. You can write down exactly what you do here. What traits should ChatGPT have? And right here, it gives you a couple of examples. It can be chatty, witty, straight shooting, encouraging, Gen Z. You can just put in whatever you want ChatGPT to know here about you. Then you can go ahead and put in other things that ChatGPT should know about you too. The reason for this is that ChatGPT will now be able to go through, once you input all this information, it will now go through and it will basically learn more about you. It'll tailor the responses that you basically, put inside of ChatGPT specifically for what you put in here. Now, ChatGPT will also just get to know you anyways, but this is also something that's really cool, and you can just kind of go through in here everything that's kind of interesting about you. Even under advanced, you can go and toggle on exactly where you want this type of information at. So it is a really cool thing that you have right inside of ChatGPT as well. If we click back on the top right, I know we're getting into this panel a lot. If you click on settings, which is right here, you'll see a lot more options that you can basically go through and modify within ChatGPT. Under general, you can see, always show code when using data analyst. You can always turn that on. You can archive your chats and see your archive chats right here if you want to. Under speech, another really cool thing, you can go through and change the voice of the speaker when you're using the speaking application within ChatGPT. So if you want to, you can change the voice right here. So that is another really cool thing you have right inside of here, which is really cool. And under personalization, you can go through and have these custom instructions enabled right here, which is another really cool thing. Now, if you ever wanted to chat within ChatGPT and you didn't want it to really remember everything you said to it, you can always go through and click on temporary right here in the top right corner. This basically just makes it more like a private browser of ChatGPT. So it's like incognito mode. As you can see right here, this chat won't appear in history, use or update ChatGPT's memory, or be used to train our models. For safety purposes, we may, make a copy of this for up to 30 days. So you can go through and you can type in and toggle in exactly whatever you want to do here. And that's another really cool thing that you can essentially kind of do right here. So I really kind of like this. It's another really cool thing that I actually kind of look at sometimes. And I do think this is another really cool thing when it kind of comes down to it. Now, if you ever wanted to, if you want to hop back out of here, these toggles at the bottom, they're really nice to be able to go through and kind of just, know what these things do. The search the web option will basically just search the web and search websites and everything like that online while you're going through and searching. The reasoning option will go through and spend a little bit more time of kind of going through and essentially, think before it's responding. For example, if I go and type in, what's the, what country. If I were to type in what country has the most money, you can see that the response will be generated fairly quickly depending on how fast the servers are today. And it'll still search the web, right? So this is pretty much almost always going to happen. It's just going to compile exactly what it's going to take, and then it's going to come up with a response. If I type in the reasoning model right here, and if I go and resend this, so if I just go and kind of just copy and paste this, the answer might be a little bit different because it's going to spend a little bit more time kind of going through and making sure the response is, as, careful as possible. So sometimes when you're wanting, if you have a little bit more time, if you're not in a rush for your project, sometimes kind of going through and having this reasoning option turned on can give you better, more accurate responses. Now, as you can see right here, it's relatively kind of the same thing. But if you're, really dependent on research, if you're really dependent on exactly the quality of your particular project, you might want to go and turn on this option, or even the deep research option, which you only get 5 available until June 19th. So I guess I get 5 in a month. And now you can always create images within ChatGPT as well. So if you click on create image, this panel right here, you can ask it to create an image of whatever you want to. So if I wanted to make an image of a dog sleeping, right, I can go through and kind of type that in, and it will start generating images for me. Now, this will definitely take some time, so kind of keep that in mind. This is definitely not like a super quick thing, but this is also another really cool thing that you can kind of throw in here. And whenever ChatGPT is done, it will basically just go through and kind of tell you. And that is another really cool tip that you can basically do here. And if you click on these 3 dots here, you can open up Canvas and go and collaborate a little bit more. One of my most favorite things, though, that I've really been doing recently within ChatGPT is using the voice option. I don't know why I haven't used this before that much, but now we basically have the capability, we've had it for a long time, of basically kind of like just talking right to ChatGPT and telling it exactly what we want it to do. If we basically go through and look at these images, they're so beautiful. And you can go from here and you can download these images. And whenever ChatGPT gives you a response back, you can always thumbs it up or thumbs it down. And it's actually good to train the model, because you can see both these did a pretty good job. I can go through and thumbs both of these up because they look pretty good. And in the back end, ChatGPT will know this, and then the models will just get better and better and better. Now, coming back to the dictate option, this is something that's really cool because you can click here, you can get ChatGPT to basically go through, and you can kind of just like talk straight to ChatGPT like this, and it will kind of get an idea of exactly what you're saying, and it will go and make a response for it. That's something that's really cool, is just dictation. But there's also a dedicated voice mode right inside of ChatGPT. If you click on this option, the use voice mode option, if you click on it, it will actually go through. It's only free for a little bit, but it will actually go through, and basically, as you can hear it will go through and actually start creating kind of this like voice bot for you that you can go through and start talking to. So it's something that's really, really cool. You can choose a different voice if you want to, and without a doubt, it's like almost talking to a person. It's super cool. There's a lot of capability behind it, and I'd highly recommend everyone to kind of check this one out too, because there's so much capability behind just this voice option right here. As always, if you want to delete a particular message, you can always click on the 3 dots here, delete, archive, you have those options here. You can even rename your chats here as well and share them out if you want to. If you want to get a link, you can share it out this way. That's just another option that you kind of have here as well. So those are probably some of my most favorite ChatGPT tricks and tips that I would highly recommend every single person to go ahead and check out, because there's a lot of cool stuff. And hopefully by now you have a decent understanding of ChatGPT and how you can go and use these features. So that pretty much covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.